Okay, here we are. Hi guys, hope you're well. If you haven't seen any of our videos before, my name's Erwin. I'm one of the founding partners at Luna Digital, which is an agency that helps e-commerce brands that are doing anywhere from $10,000 to upwards of $500,000 a month scale aggressively through utilizing paid traffic and email. And I won't unveil everything, but some other tools that we've also been using in the past to solve the e-commerce equation, even in a post iOS 14 world, right? So what this video is going to be about is it's going to really dive into, we're going to get into the weeds. We're going to dive into the granular tactics. We're going to jump into an Excel spreadsheet in a moment just now. I'd love to just give you some context of what this is about. And these are going to be the specific variable costs and let's call them metrics that you need to have a good handle on and know what they are for your brand before you start scaling it with paid traffic and putting a lot of money behind it. This will just give you a lot more confidence, and you feel a lot more confident also that your brand is growing relative to what you're putting into it. So without further ado, without also taking too long with the whole introduction, I'm going to dive into it. Please follow along with me, and we'll get this done quickly, and hopefully this will help you get in a better position to be able to scale your brand. Okay, I hope you guys are ready to get out your marketing maths, get the little booklets out, get out a pen, sit down, and get ready to take some notes. By the way, just to let you know, at the end of this video, we will be giving you the link to the Facebook group where you can actually download this, so you don't have to watch it 50,000 times to be able to go and build this out for yourself. Just join the Facebook group. The link will be in there. It's a shareable Google Sheets. You go and duplicate that, and boom, there you've got your own. All right, great stuff. So with that being said, let's jump into it. Please be cognizant of the fact that this is going to be very mathematically focused. So we're creating a scenario here, okay? Let's say your average order value of your store, which hopefully you already know by now, is $100. Or let's say £100. I'm going to be referencing between currencies here because at the end of the day, that's pretty much the same for us, just depending upon which markets you're currently advertising in. That'll be very personalized to you. So we're working with £100 or $100 over here. Units per order, most people will buy one then, and if your store hasn't expanded its inventory. Cool. And then a very, very big deciding factor in how this entire document is going to play out is going to be your cost of goods. Cool. So if you know what your COGS are, right, which is going to play a very big part in your cost of delivery, and the four quarter accounting principle, which I'm going to leave here for now and dive into in a second or two, but I'd love to get the preliminaries out of the way. So we got to know what is our cost of goods. Cool. So if we've got a percentage to that, whether that's 30%, whether that's 20%, whether that's 10%, whether that's 5%, that's going to then be applied, and we know what is in the actual value of each individual item going to cost us that we need to buy, manufacturing included. Cool. So we're just going to go for the most average number, about 30% over here. And by the way, also, we really don't want to be anywhere above 50%, because that's really going to set you back, specifically if you're going to be spelling, direct to the consumer and advertising on platforms where they essentially purchase. You won't be able to have the financial resources ready in a scaled environment when you're playing against the much bigger brands and conglomerates that own other brands which are advertising on the space, because they'll just outspend you 10 to 1. And that's going to drive CAC up, that's going to drive your CPMs up, and that's going to drive down profit, and it's really just a dismal situation that you want to be in. So stay away for anything that's going to cost you more than 50% of what you want to, or what you're willing to sell it for. So let's dive into about 30%. Cool. And then we've got other variable costs, which are just costs that go up as your average orders also go up. Cool. So our payment processor fees of Stripe or whatever you're using, the credit card processor will take a percentage of the orders that you guys are going to be putting through that when people buy it. All right, cool. So we're going to go with 2% for now. We're also going to look at merchant account fees. So let's say that's you're working with a platform like Shopify. They'll also take a percentage of each order that's going to be passed through the store, and then that's going to equate to a certain figure. Cool. Right, we're going to go with 1% right now. Then we're going to look at shipping costs per order. Let's say, for argument's sake, you've got to ship the product, you need to get the product to the person, and we've got an average shipping cost of about $5 or £5. We can work with that. That's okay. That's fine. Great. Then we have our picking and packing fee. If we're using a 3PL, you have to pay this agency a specific fee for them to go and pick and pack the product, so that you can then go and get UPS or USPS or FedEx or CCD couriers or courier guy, whoever, whether you're locally here in South Africa or if you are abroad, you're going to be paying somebody to go and actually pick and pack that product for you to get it to the guy that's going to, or the company that's going to ship that product out. Okay, makes sense. Great stuff. So then that's going to be a further fee. Awesome. Now with all these fees that we know that we have here, which are variable, which will increase as our business grows, we need to figure out what is essentially going to be our fuel profit. Okay, this is something that we implemented after seeing what much larger agencies or brands are doing, is figuring out what amount of money can we spend at maximum cap, so that we know we can scale as fast as possible. And this is very interesting from an investor's point of view, because we know that our investing time horizon in terms of our rate of return should be slightly longer to get the bigger return, right? So this is what the fuel profit is used for, so that we can get to a figure which we know we can pump that straight back into Facebook ads or Google ads, wherever it is. We know exactly what our CAC is supposed to be. Great, okay. So let's recap quickly what we've just gone through, so that we can digest this in bite-sized pieces, and then we'll understand how our fuel profit gets here. So our fuel profit is essentially then our AOV, which we have over here, which is that £100 right there, minus the total costs to fulfill our average order, right? That's going to equal our fuel profit. So this is essentially all-encompassing cost of delivery, okay? Makes sense. Great stuff. So while we have that, we know the £100 minus our cost of delivery is going to give us £60. So that £60 we can drive straight back into Facebook to go and get an order. Great stuff. That makes sense. Now we also want to know how we can make some money out of this. Not everyone has been bought out by large conglomerates and isn't really too concerned about profit margins right now, as of this stage of investing into the business. Let's say, and this is a very high number, you want to make 25% profit, okay? You want to make 25% profit out of this deal, which plays part of our 4-quarter accounting principle, which I think it's time. Let's dive into that for a second. Okay, great. I hope you guys are still with me here. This is going to be extremely valuable, and it's also going to be very, very simple. So we've got 25, 25, 25, 25. This is what we use when we invest into brands, right? So our cost of delivery should be about 25% of total rev. Our cost of acquisition should be about 25% of total rev. Our OPEX should be about 25% of total rev, which is just the operational expenditures. That's going to be the office fees that you pay, the benefits, salaries, all these things to keep the business running and the team happy. That's going to be 25%. And then we've got 25% for profit, right? And this is still, again, a very high number, very, very much simplified, but these are sort of the 4 levers that you really need to have a very strong handle on in order to know what figures you need to be able to scale this realistically, pretty predictably, and also at the end of the day profitably. So jumping into that, this will change. If our CAC increases, we know we need to decrease our cost of delivery, and somehow our I do not write OPEX there. Our OPEX in some sort of sense. Maybe get a smaller office, maybe see what we can do about actual manufacturing here, the cost of delivery, manufacture our products cheaper, or at the end of it, we can maybe cut down our profit, but that's not ideally what we want to do. We should be realistic with this number though, so just have a look and dive into that, do some research, see what is probably going to be the industry standard for this specific niche you're operating in. That would probably be then the best decision for you to then base this percentage off of. Cool, okay, so that's our 4 accounting principle, right? 4-quarter accounting principle. Right, so over here, we've got $60 for fuel profit, which is again AOV minus the total cost to fulfill an average order. And we want to make 25% profit. We're pretty confident that we can make a lot of money through this brand selling these products to highly motivated customers. So our target net out of each average order value, out of £100, we want to make £25 essentially. Okay, cool. Hope you're still with me. So then our CPA target, or our cost per acquisition target, is going to be £35. Now we've gone a step further, and from a first purchase point of view, directly off of Ads Manager or from your Google Ads Manager dashboard, you should be looking at a ROAS of 2.8. That's to make then 25% profit from your ads essentially for the biz at the end of the day. Now you can go a lot further into this and start talking about lifetime value, which we don't really believe is going to be the best decision right now, specifically if you're a business that doesn't have the deepest pockets in the world. Because to realize the lifetime value of your customer within your business's lifetime, you're probably going to die if you before realizing that lifetime value of your customer. So what we do to remain cash flow positive and keeping cash flow top of mind is look at sort of a payback period, or let's call it an LTV of about 60 days. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So if you've got an LTV of about 60 days, then that means we've got our first purchase on day 0, which is day 0, and then we've got day 30, and then we've got day 60, and hopefully between this payback period, we would need to devise a strategy through after purchase sequences from an email, an SMS, or push notification side of things to motivate people to either cross-sell and upsell and bundle products to increase the lifetime value within 60 days of our customer. Because once we own their data from an email, an SMS, and a push point of view, we've got free marketing that we can essentially do, which would then help us from a cash flow perspective, which would help us increase the CPA as well, because hitting a 2.8x ROAS at a very high level, high spend level with a low AOV is going to be difficult. So you've got a lot of these levers which in your business, which are going to be sort of push and pull, give and take, depending upon how your business works. But really, for you to dive into it, I think this document would help you out immensely. So either send me a DM, let us know in the comment section where we're going to be posting this video, and we'll be able to send this through to you. Ideally though, just join the group. That's probably going to be the easiest and the quickest way to get access to this, and you'll be able to download it there for free. And it's going to be a community of like-minded e-commerce business owners who are trying to scale to multiple 7 and 8 figures from an annual perspective. Right, so hope this helped. I hope this added massive value, because this really helped us clear a lot of things up from an advertising leg for a lot of our brand partners who we advertise for on Facebook and on Google. So please, by all means, use this to its full extent. And yeah, I hope this helps. Again, if you're on YouTube watching this right now, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're only going to be dropping value here, which you'll probably find in a paid for course. So please check it out. Let us know what you think. And remember, you heard it first from Luna Digital. Thanks so much. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. That's me out.